control, at such long distances hasn't been happened yet. I think it's not yet commercialized, right? Like this isn't very usual for a robotics company to build robots, which people can play around and have fun with around the globe. So yeah, it's something really cool and something really new. And yeah, like we said, right? The quadrupeds are yet to be here. Once they are here, then we'll get more into it. Then we'll start the development and other stuff. So right now it's just research that's been going on the part. But yeah, the actual development is yet to be started. And once we have the robots, that's when we'll actually start the development. And yeah, stay tuned for the more updates, right, regarding that.
Yeah, also, we're still in January, right? Q1's not over with yet. So, as they get here, we're gathering information and starting to build up process for it. But, you know, um, that beta will definitely be happening. But from a sense of also I'm excited about is like Vib said, teleoperations has always been from a military standpoint, right? Like you've seen, drones being operated from halfway across the world. Also even from a hobbyist perspective of, the FDV or FPV, I should say, of these airplanes and long distances and so on and so forth as you become and you're using a remote control as the distance becomes greater and greater, you lose control and you have these return home functions. We go a bit step beyond that as far as the software that's being developed, right? And it's universal software, so it's not really all dedicated to Unitree robots that we're receiving, but even Deep Robotics and so on, and so many other companies and manufacturers that'll be bringing quadrupeds and humanoids and all that stuff like that. Um, Currently, these robots that Unitree are putting out and other people are displaying are from a demo perspective, and you see them from, you watching it and they're being filmed. You don't see the guy with the robot control, with the remote control controlling them. Um, we aim to bring that teleoperations to where if you're sitting at your desktop or laptop and you have the software capability, or sorry, hardware capabilities in order to power what we require for you to have, you'll be able to do this work from home perspective immediately with zero latency almost. So it's a very big project that we're taking on and building out this software. And then that's where the big revenue model comes in because then any company could use it. So
All right. I hope that that was a satisfying answer for the person who asked it and for everybody listening. Thank you so much for the extensive explanation. Um, the following question would be: is the company currently working on AI development, adaptive learning, etc., with the latest Unitree robotics, including the G1 and H1 ELIZA platform?
So
so
again, it's like
yeah, go
a
ahead.
question, right? Like I said, right? We're yet to start the development specifically for the robotics platform, right? And we've been currently focused on the AI aspect of the company, right? So like we have already released tools, song AI, video AI, image AI, and stuff, and there's a future lineup of agents and other stuff that's coming along, right? So that's what our current focus is right now. And robotics, would be the part of Q2. So once Q1 completes, once we finish, roll out all the products for Q1, that's when we'll be completely focused on robotics. And that's when we'll be, developing it more and exploring more of what we can do with it and how we can integrate more AI with robotics. So yeah, I think, yeah.
Yeah, and I'll double back on that is, you know, as far as the G1s, right? To us, the G1s are like gimmicks, right? Like humanoid robotics, from a revenue and consumer standpoint, is more of a aesthetic marketing tool than it is for the quadrupeds. The G1 is advanced in the sense of standing on its own and, having a robot, being controlled with a remote control and waving and running and all these type of other things. But a lot of stuff that you see on the Unitree site, as far as it doing like running and stretching and stuff like that, is all graphics rendering, right? It's not the actual G1 doing it. Um, Humanoids, in a sense, is not to that point yet where it's actually helping us? Like if you put it on the construction site, is it picking up 2x4s and carrying bricks and so on and so forth at a steady pace like a human? No, not yet. We're not there yet. So we'll do some testing on the G1, but our focus will be on the quadrupeds, definitely, and especially the payload is heavier. There's so much more that you can do with them. You can do weapon fitments and stuff like that. Not saying that we're going to do that, right? But we can do all types of really cool things, and they are, ready to go to market, useful for the clients that we currently have. So that's going to be our main focus. But facility testing, in-house testing for the G1s, we'll definitely work with. But they're not. They're to me, they're very more of a marketing panel than anything else.
All right. Thank you so much. Um, Question for the rewards. Please explain how the rewards are calculated based on a 3-month lock. Specifically, how are the rewards calculated using the 107% current APY vs the daily rewards rate? How do you arrive at 107% APY?
Mike, you want to take that one? Or good?
I think I'll just go ahead with it. Okay,
Okay.
so the APY is compounded. So let me explain how Streamflow currently works, right? So our staking platform is right now Streamflow, right? And the way it works is that it gives you daily rewards. So daily you receive a certain amount of venture token, right? For each venture token that you staked. And if you collect that amount daily, then the overall APY would be 44%. But if you don't collect the amount daily and instead you just leave it there, right? Then what happens is that that amount gets compounded with the initial principal that you put in. And that's how ultimately we get 107%, right? So like for example, if you just put in $10, let's say, or 10 venture token, let's say, and if you receive like one venture token every day, it's a hypothetical example, by the way. So in that case, if you redeem one venture token every day, then I mean that's gonna be steady, right? The API is gonna be steady. But if you don't redeem your daily rewards and just keep it every day, so on day one, you're receiving the APY on 10 venture tokens, right? On day two, you'll be receiving the APY on 10 plus 1, 11 venture tokens. On day three, you'll be receiving the APY on 10 plus 3, sorry, 10 plus 2, 12 venture tokens, and so on and so forth, right? So the whole APY will be compounded. And because of this compounding, that's how we come to the 107 number, right? That's how we receive 107% of APY. That's only in the case when you don't redeem your daily rewards at all for 3 months. That's the case when you'll have 107% of APY.
Yeah, you guys are welcome. Listen, if you don't touch them, then and it lets it compound, and that's where your 107 comes from. I decided on that percentage because of early stakers, those who really believe in the project and believe in what we're doing and the token. You get rewarded, meaning that if you're locking your tokens up for 3 months, then you should reap the benefits of being an early investor in venture and an early staker in venture. And so if you want to lock it up for a month or 2 months, that's up to you, completely up to you. It's your tokens. You do what you want with them. But for those that truly believe in the project and know that we're only going up, then it's a no-brainer for them. So super simple on that.
All right. All right. All right. Next question from Theta York. What marketing strategy will be going on over the next month or two? Also, what's the team's take on DeepSeek?
So, all right, marketing. So, as a lot of people can see on X and different platforms, we're big on marketing, right? Um, I'm on spaces damn near, every week and not just any space, but some of the biggest spaces to where we can reach larger audiences. On the back end, we just expanded our marketing team with another by adding another marketing group as well that's going to reach out in different regions and areas, outside of the U.S. and Europe and things like that. So we're super excited about that. We also have, and I don't want to spill it, but we also have an awesome super contest coming up that I think a lot of you would be excited about. We also have a lot of marketing campaigns with product release and things like that. Like, so when we release, features or new products on the platform, whether it be for robotics or AI or anything like that, it has to be strategic. And we want to make sure that there is a big marketing push when it comes to these different features and releases. But also, we are teaming up with other AI projects. We also have marketing through Seedify as well as they continue to provide support for VentureMind. And so these collaborations also with these other communities, other chains, and other AI projects, you'll be seeing a lot of that come February. So we have a lot being released, a lot coming out of the bag as well.
Okay, so now let me come back to DeepSeek.
Oh yeah,
So
forgot
yeah,
about.
yeah, right. So it's about DeepSeek. So yeah, I mean the whole market is in a panic mode right now, which I understand. But what I'd like to point out is that it does not concern us at all, right? Because we're an AI platform which is based on other AI models, right? And DeepSeek is a competition for OpenAI or for Gemini or for Claude, right? Which are different AI models. And we are embedded or based on those AI models. So this doesn't concern us at all, right? We can be using any models. We can use GPT-4, for example. We can use Claude or we can use even DeepSeek, right? Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is that I'll just give you a quick example. Think of AI models as car engines, right? So OpenAI, DeepSeek, Claude, Gemini, all these are car engines, right? And we, on the other hand, are car manufacturers, right? So I mean, yeah, no matter what happens with those engines, right? If their market goes up, goes down, or whatever happens, right? It is not concerned directly to car manufacturers, right? Because our ultimate product is an AI platform based on those models. Right. So yeah, that's what the point is. So DeepSeek doesn't really concern us, and no, we shouldn't at all be worried about whatever is happening or caused by the open sourcing of DeepSeek.
Yeah, I've spoken about this a lot on spaces, when it comes to this release and stuff like that. It's not our fight to fight on large language models coming out. DeepSeek won't be the last, I promise you. There are other large language models that will be coming out that will shake the market as well. We are a platform that builds on top of large language models, right? So, from a developer's perspective, it doesn't matter if it's Mistral or Cohere or Commander 4 or OpenAI or Anthropic or DeepSeek or whoever. We analyze the LLM to build on top of to make sure, one, from a security perspective, that we're not pushing so much data and renderings to them to where what they do with that data, right? So if you're inputting your information into our tools and we're built on an LLM that siphons data and they exploit it, we're not going to use that LLM, right? So we do evaluations on what we want to build on, what tools we want to build on them, how functional they are for the agents from an agent perspective, as far as utility, as far as trading and content creation and so on and so forth. So it's great for developers. We have to take a deeper look into the code. We've been on their GitHub and looking at a lot of code, and it's in Python, so it's pretty slow as hell. But it can make do. We'll see what it can do, right? But there's so, I mean, if you go to Hugging Face, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of LLMs on there, right? It's just that, this one had a significant impact on markets from a GPU perspective of how they built it, what they say they built it for, which, I think is a lie. But that's what shook the market a bit, saying, hey, it doesn't cost you hundreds of millions of dollars to build the LLMs. We only spent 5.4 million. Like, yeah, okay, right, yeah, whatever. But you have 50,000 GPUs at $25,000 per GPU. That's a couple over $1 billion, right? So it doesn't matter what the price of them are. That's, like I said, that's not our concern. We're not building LLMs to market to you so that you can build on top of our LLM and you can pay us multi tokens on the back end. That's just not our model. We develop tools and agents for monetization to where you can go to sleep and it can still create content for you and host the spaces for you. Or if you want to trade based off of a alpha group, you can use that agent to trade and all these other features and build them yourselves, not rely on us, but have the full features to build them out yourselves, right? From a easy, user-friendly platform. So DeepSeek has is great, right? But we have to analyze it a bit more to see if we want to build on top of it.
Yeah, it's potentially another option for us to incorporate into our platform. So it just gives us more options out in the market to choose from to give
Yeah.
y'all better products.
And we don't know if we want to build on it yet. So we'll see. We're still analyzing
Exactly.
it. So
We move
that
forward.
it? Yeah, there we go. Come on.
All right. That is going to be a long one. So I'm going to read it and let me know if I should dissect it
Oh
somehow.
god. Okay.
So
It's a four part.
Unfurl is saying, I think one of the biggest issues in crypto is the enormous amount of projects coming out. It seems impossible for people to even see the project without influencers mentioning it. Can you explain if there's a strategy to get this project to the eyes of more potential buyers? The Maxi launch didn't seem to bring much attention. Parenthesis, the volume in Maxi is some of the lowest I've seen of all coins on there. Do you have a plan to maybe get some big influencers accounts involved or something?
So I think what that question is hype. Is where's the hype? Where's the viral moments and hype like, meme coin projects are doing or like Trump coin or Milani coin or something like that. We're not that type of project. Everything that we've done has been organic and it's been from working with different communities and working with different creators, right? If you want the Alex Becker and all these other big influencers pushing VentureMind, understand something that you know there's a huge cost financially that comes with that, right? And I'm just going to tell you right now, these KOLs are complete morons. They care nothing about your project. They only care about money, and they know, and they want tokens on the back end as well. So we, as a project, everything that we've done from our launch was at a million FDV. We went to 21 million FDV, fully organic, no KOLs mentioning VentureMind or anything like that. So I think from that question, you're wanting hype and you want a meme coin status and things like that. We're building and building organically, and we're pushing our product, showing our worth. Now, as you can see, we don't forget about marketing. Marketing is a huge step with us, and it's fully strategic and it's fully planned out. From a Mexi launch, and we'll get into exchanges for a second because I'll really get into them with you. But from a Mexi launch, we don't control the market, we don't control volume, right? So, but we were strategic. We have good volume coming from Mexi. We have great volume coming from the Dex, and that's all I can really say about that, right? So we're pushing, we're doing our marketing campaigns, but are we going after big KOLs and mentioning VentureMind and stuff like that? The answer is no.
All right. All right. This person also said they have over 1 million venture that they would love to stake. However, they're concerned of the lack of attention and growth.
The lack
So
of attention and growth. Okay, that's funny. Um, we've grown exponentially, like I said. Um, Launching as $1 million FDV, and then now where we're currently sitting, all within 5 to 6 weeks. I think that's huge growth. Um, if you have your million venture tokens and you're, contemplating about staking them or not, that's fine. That's financial advice I can't give to you. Those are your tokens. You can do what you want. I'm not here to convince you to stake your tokens. I think our growth has been great, and it's only going up. Every project has their marketing and what they're going to do and their strategies and things like that. We've stayed constant growth every single month. You can just look at the charts and the numbers. So that's your million venture token, and I can't tell you what to do with it. But those that have their tokens staked, they're enjoying the APYs that they're getting out and payouts every single day or compounded them. So it's been great.
amazing. Thank you so much. Has Venture looked into military use case slash operations for the robots that they are working with?
So no. We're gonna stay in the commercial sector for as long as possible. There's plenty of other companies out there doing the military robotics thing, and that's just not where we're at. We're gonna stay in our lane for now and continue to develop our teleoperation and um, let people use the robots and earn money from them from home.
I'm going to backdoor on Michael, and it's saying 50-50. We're currently registering with Sam to become a federal contractor with the U.S. in order to bid on government contracts. That's not our main focus, but we're looking at it. We're looking at it, but it's not as easy as one, two, three, right? Once we're registered as a federal contractor, then we can make that announcement. Since that would be public information, and then we'll take a look at some contracts that make sense. But from a military perspective, as far as like combat and stuff like that, no, 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 not at all, not at all. We're not that type of company.
Okay. Um, there is a statement that I'm gonna skip because it's not a question and part of it has been answered. So this can be taken into the chat. So I'm gonna move to a person that asked 8 different questions. So I'm gonna start with them one by
Oh my
one.
God.
Are we in what phase are we in our roadmap? And can you elaborate a little on what is being achieved in this phase?
Yes. So let's take it back for a second. Uh, After we came out of the Cedarfy incubator, spending 14 weeks there, we launched TGE. And from there, our staking platform went up. We just did our V1 alpha launch to where you can use your Venture, Sol, or USDC tokens in order to purchase subscriptions and use our AI tools along with other premium tools that we've released. Robots have been ordered and they are on the way. We get them here so we can start beta testing. What else? As far as the roadmap, I'm looking at our phase 1. So platform, AI tool builder, and marketplace. Now, we push that to March since we are wanting to focus a lot on the agents and get those agents out to you guys since they're really, really freaking cool. Um, and then also quadrupeds launch staking, that's done. And then the revenue share, yeah, let's talk about that. Revenue share is starting February 1st. Since we launched V1 like mid like January, the revenue share doesn't really make sense. But February 1st, the revenue share starts. So then that's that 30% of the profits go back to the venture mine holders, and we take a snapshot at the end of the month, every single month. And that wallet address will be shared. That way you can track it since a lot of people like tracking these tokens.
Okay. Thank you. I'm not really commenting on anything because we have so many questions. I don't think we're going to be able to go all over them
Okay.
today. So I'm just going to go over them pretty quickly. Number 2, given your focus on AI and robotics, how do you plan to expand these offerings to scale the ecosystem? And what specific measures are in place to integrate these technologies seamlessly into the blockchain environment?
Yeah, with the robotics, what was the first question again? Because the second one threw me off.
Given
First
your
question.
focus on AI and robotics, how do you
Mhm.
plan to expand these offerings to scale the ecosystem?
Yeah,
And
so
what specific
let's
measures?
tackle that one first. Yeah, let's tackle that
All
one
right.
first. So scaling with robotics, the thing about building with these quadrupeds is that they have to be, and especially let's forget about the latency side, right? Like we've pretty much gotten that covered. But when it comes to like the interface and the online marketplace and so on and so forth, that part is to me the most important because anyone can get some robots and build some software to where they can operate them with teleoperations. But it's the UX, right? Not the and the UI, but the UX that's the workflow of how it all happens. So if you let me give you an example. If you go onto the website, once we push the robotics website and you want to be a robot operator, right? You can't just control a quadruped from anywhere in the world. You're going to go through KYC and AML background checks. You have to go through a training course, which will be document and live controlling of the quadrupeds if you qualify. From then on, depending on where you qualify, where you are in the world, and certain restrictions and things like that, then you can take certain jobs on the marketplace for certain clientels. Now, in the IRL world, meaning the real world, where we actually have the sales team pushing the quadrupeds to our clients and what they want, we're talking from schools, construction sites, apartment buildings doing surveillance and so on and so forth, any type of applications, right? Then they have certain standards and they're going to want certain operators in order, to take on certain jobs. Since everyone is somewhere around the world and there's different time zones, then you can only take certain jobs at certain times where you're fully active. Quadruped robots battery lives are between 4 and 6 hours. Does the client want two quadrupeds or three quadrupeds? It all depends, right? So there's going to be so many different options that we can scale, so many features that we can scale in order to make it a great experience for the robot operator to earn a salary, but also for the client that wants that 3D mapping done at a certain time in a certain part of the world, if that makes sense, right? And so also take all of that away, or we've covered that. Now let's talk about how operators are paid out. Would probably pay us in USD or whatever the local currency is. That is then converted for a certain amount of operating costs when it comes to the software side, also when it comes to the operator side, because they want to get paid in cryptocurrency, whether that's in Venture or Sol or USDC or any other token that we onboard that we partner up with, right? They have a token swapping system that we'll have on there as well if you don't like the volatility of crypto. You want it more in a stable coin, right? So all of these things and functions to me is a true scale because it's never been done. There's no project that you can find in all of these hundreds of thousands of tokens that come out that is doing what we are doing. Not one. You will not find one. I promise you that. Even for our agents, you won't find it. So all you see is demos. All you see is hype and things like that, right? So we're combining all of that to scale. I mean, just even putting that out is scale enough from anything that you've seen on in the Web3 space. Let's go with the second question.
The second question would be, what specific measures are in place to integrate these technologies seamlessly into the blockchain environment?
Yeah. So again, on the latter part that I said, you can do all of this on Web 2. So why Web 3, right? So still, we go back to that complexity of legacy system versus crypto. If an operator controls a quadruped, completes the job, he doesn't damage the robot, right? Got a clean bill of health. Now it's time to pay him. Okay, where is he? He's in Portugal. Okay, great. How am I gonna get him the money? All right, I'm gonna wire it to him. Now, most people want their money now, right? Like, who loves waiting on their money, right? So let me wire it to him. It's gonna take a couple days. Oh, I can't get to the bank today, or I can't wire it from my phone today. I've reached my limit already, right? This is where the blockchain aspect comes in. Seamless transactions and payments paid instantly to where we don't have to even do it manually. You complete the job, you show proof of completion, and then it's embedded into the smart contract because you've already agreed on the certain token price or the certain token. That's sent to you instantaneously once you've shown proof of completing that task. That's where blockchain comes in. No third party, no waiting on me because I'm human. I have a life. I have things going on. To where Jermaine's gonna go to the bank and then send my money or wire me that money, right? That goes back to the scaling. I can't scale if I have to send 100 people at different times of the day, different times of the world, their money after they complete jobs using quadrupeds, remote access and teleoperation. It's not possible. It's not possible to
Yeah,
scale at
I want
all.
to and just to jump on the payment side of Web3 and how quick it is. I don't know how many of y'all have been in a company, but you get paid every 2 weeks, or you get paid once a month, or if you're a contractor, you get paid once a quarter. Like that's Web 2. Your payments are on a time scale. In Web 3, your payments are instantaneous with no borders, countries, distances getting in the way of you getting paid. So
So yeah, and to wrap it up, we have something here. I don't know if you guys have it in different parts but we have something called net 30 and net 60, meaning that once you complete a job, you'll get paid in 30 days or 60 days, right? And so it just doesn't make sense. We like the simplicity of it. We like the speed, especially being built on Solana. We love the community, and so that's the aspect of embedding that blockchain with robotics. Hope that answers your question.
All right. Number 3. What are the technical solutions or upgrades planned to handle scaling as a user base and transaction volume grow? Are you looking at layer 2 solutions or other blockchain scaling techniques?
That's an incomplete question. Like volume growth in what aspect? What are we talking here?
That is the question. I don't know what they mean.
Yeah.
But
Next question. Yeah, next question. That's an incomplete question.
any plans for conducting hackathons? How many developers are on the team?
Oh, Bib.
Okay, so about the development team. I mean, we are quite a few people here, right? We have different parts. We have AI developers, we have Web3 developers, and we have the Web2 developers who work on the the full stack part, right? And in about right now, we have around 15 people working on VentureMind, including the overall development. And this is just development, okay? Then we have other teams as well, like we have marketing and other stuff. But yeah, only for development, we have around 15 people working right now on VentureMind. Yes, and about hackathons, I think Jermaine would be a better guy to answer that.
Yeah, yeah. So we have a hackathon coming up. I think Cedarfy has Cedarfy announced it yet, Marianne? I know there's something coming up for a hackathon
Yeah,
that will
CD5
be
is
yeah that we're
conducting an hack.
participating in.
Yeah.
So, no hackathons on the VentureMind side on its own for now.
No, 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 no.
Okay.
We actually have no. We're no, no, no. That's not.
Clear.
No, it's not even. No, it's not even in part of the deal yet. I mean, we're a month in. No.
All right. What initiatives are in place to drive user adoption and increase the network effect, which are crucial for scaling the ecosystem? I think this has been asked already, but do you want to add anything to it?
Marketing, marketing, marketing. Product push, product push, product push. Being accessible, being transparent, being visible. Um, yeah, we've answered that a million times.
Okay. Question number 6. When I look at Deck Screener and sort by remove function under transactions, I see a bunch of narrations called liquidity removal from an address that he stated. What does it mean?
Someone asked me that in the Telegram. I don't know what that means. All the liquidity is on the decks. When I go and look at the deck screener, outside of all the other stuff I do, but when I go look at deck screener, all liquidity's there. Liquidity's on Mexi. Like I don't dig too far into any of that. That's trade,
Okay,
trade,
so
trade as you will.
right, so the point over here is that we don't have a custom smart contract in place here. When the token was minted, we don't have a custom smart contract for that. So yeah, this is not a smart contract which we designed, but it's more of a general contract, you know. So yeah, so I think yeah, you can just send your questions to us and we'll get back to you with that.
Yeah, that's Vip, that's something from a like deck screener trading perspective of the liquidity pool. That has nothing to
Right,
do with
right,
like our smart contract or what we're doing on chain or off chain. Like I don't know what that is.
right.
Yeah.
All right. How do you plan to scale the ecosystem through partnerships or integrations with other blockchain projects or industries?
Yeah, so like I said, we just onboarded a new team as far as marketing and things go. So that's one of the campaigns that we'll be running in February with some other AI projects, even some bigger AI projects than VentureMind, doing a collaboration and things like that. So look out for that. That'll be something really cool that I'm excited about.
Beautiful. Um, I noticed that VentureMind website has been updated with some partnerships. Are these legacy partnerships or they recently partnered with Venture?
Partners. We've always had the same ones. Maybe they're talking about. maybe deep robotics or data stacks, right? Like so, um, Data Stacks is a Web2 partner that we partnered up with in Mike want to say what November
Correct.
of
Yep.
2024. Yeah. So Data Stacks is a tech company that they acquired Langflow. And if there's any developers here, Langflow is one of those platforms to where, it's a drag and drop, easy to build and build on top of large language models. We're using them in the sense of building out our AI tool builder to make it more user friendly. So it just makes building a bit faster. I know they recently partnered with NVIDIA, so once the AI tool builder is released, then we'll start doing more marketing and announcements with them. We actually have to fly to California to do some live interviews and podcast stuff with them. So I want to say that's in March that we have to go to California. So yeah, that's a really cool partner. We haven't been really announcing it because we like to announce when the product is about to be pushed, right? So announcing, doesn't really benefit us much. We want to make sure there's some type of ongoing utility and functionality that people can go on and utilize themselves as opposed to just hype and announcements, right? So, but you can see them on our website. You can go and visit Data Stacks. If you're a developer, you can go and develop with Langflow on there as well if you're building out different AI tools. And Deep Robotics, I think that was a new one that was on there. And they're just
Mhm.
a robot manufacturer, just like Unitree. They're based in China, just like Unitree. So they have some different models that we like the X30, where we're at CES in Vegas. Yeah. So that's just another robot manufacturer that'll be sending us some their versions of quadrupeds, which have different functionalities than the go-tos EDUs that we have currently.
Okay. Um. So next person, will Venture be launching a Theta subchain at any point? And will you be using Theta's DRM NFT tech? And
I
how
was
will
waiting
Etchcloud?
for this question.
There's there's a third one. And how
hmm
will Etchcloud be incorporated into your business model?
Yeah, so um for there's a couple of things. So okay, so when we were decided on which chain we were going to build on, right? We analyzed so many chains. I mean, from Theta to Solana to Ethereum to Binance, Polygon. Like we were looking at all of them, right? And so uh, we came up with the idea to launch on Solana due to speed and community, right? A lot more builders building on top of Solana, and we love the development as far as wallets go with Phantom and some of the other ones as well. Um, but we're like a hybrid program, right? We're using Theta technology, and so the Theta chain is its own chain within itself. We have plans of being multi-chain, so the answer isn't no, right? The answer isn't no, but when we multi-chain, it'll be other chains as well that we'll be looking at again, right? So we're just so focused on pushing out our platform and the product, getting some robots in you guys' hand, and then going back to that aspect of becoming multi-chain because we don't want to do multi-chain just to multi-chain, right? Just say, oh, we did it, like we're on the Theta subchain or whatever. We want to make sure that it has meaning, right? And that we have the following and the users that are really demanding it. I've seen a couple of comments here and there about it, but to me, the demand isn't there yet for us to go fully multi-chain. As far as Edge Cloud, so the edge cloud system to us is different than the centralized CDNs. We plan on using edge cloud from a streaming perspective. Think AR and VR. We'll have a fully interactive map for the robotics to where you can see anywhere on that AR map of where the robots are in the world, kind of like the Theta Edge Note system when you go into the Theta website and you see a map of the world, but ours will be more augmented reality. And so once you click on it, it'll be fully interactive. Once you click on it, if allowed, that robot operator will have a full POV system, and you'll be able to view that, and he'll be able to stream it. You know what I mean? And so that's where the Edge Cloud comes in when it comes to that, because I think that proficiency of the streaming is super super important.
All right, a couple of questions. What's the next step for more listings?
Okay, this will be a good one. So when it comes to exchanges, right? There's not a day that I wake up that another exchange is not reaching out to us. Um, it's
Both of us.
crazy. Yeah, it's insane how we and wait and I talk to exchanges every day. Every day. I bullshit you not. I talk to them every day. I talk to their team, their listing teams every day. And there's so much processes. It's not just about listing on an exchange, right? We have to we have I can tell you guys this. We have a inner core team that we call it a listing team, and advisors with legal as well, that we meet with once a week. And we sit in these meetings and they say, all right, what you got? I'm like, okay, we have this one, 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 this one. Okay. And we go over, it's completely strategic. We go over volume, we go over marketing, we go over um, like which market it's in. Is it the U.S. market? Is it Singapore and Southeast Asia, or is it Europe, or wherever the case may be, right? As far as traders go, from a trading perspective, but we also look at reserves for that exchange and reputation and so on and so forth, right? Outside of that, we really talk about marketing. Besides listing, what is that exchange going to do for us outside of the listing? AMAs, space host spaces, really push VentureMind in front of their traders and other communities. And then the last thing we go over is trading pairs, right? Like how many trading pairs are they offering us? Is it just stables, or is it venture versus BTC, or ETH, or Sol or USDC or something like that? Like what are the trading pairs that they're offering, right? And so once that's all said and done, we make our decisions, and then we have to go through our own KYC background check process with the exchanges as well. So we're talking to, I mean, God, we're talking to several exchanges, trying to make sure that it's the right fit, and because we care about our investors, we care about our tokens, we want venture in the hands of everyone, and that kind of plays back into that market of what are you going to do to make sure venture can scale, and all these questions that we get. And really what they're asking is, when are you going to get on more exchanges so that we can trade and the price can go up, right? And we can get more volume and so on and so forth. Because these are investments. People invest in us, and they want returns on their investments, through whatever strategic ways that they invest, right? And so as a founder, I have to make sure that our product is great, our marketing is even better, and when we do decide on listing with exchanges, that it benefits our project and our community as well as theirs, right? And so these negotiations are going on. We do have your best interest at heart, and we do want to bring venture to all, from the U.S. market and so many other markets. So, like I said, we're talking to several. Can't tell you which ones, but there is not a lack of interest in this project just because of how well we've done without the hype of KOLs and so on and so forth, which someone was asking about earlier. Exchanges love that because it's organic, it's real, it's not pumped, there's no bots, right? And so they love that. And so that's why a lot of them are reaching out. So hope that answers your question.
Yeah. And I don't know if everybody's noticed the theme here, but we don't just do things to do things. There's a ton of thought that goes on behind the scenes and decisions that are made that are very strategic. So We just try to keep everyone in the company's best interests and move forward like that, and just not just listing all over the place or getting tons of KOLs on board just to have them. So
Yeah, listen, we're under strict NDAs. So, anybody say, well, which exchange you listen on? I mean, come on, don't be stupid. We're under strict NDAs, so we don't want to lose those opportunities. So we will have exchange listings in February. That's all I can say.
One last question. When do we get to see the robots in action?
Okay, so here we go. Back to the cool stuff. When the robots get here, even though we'll start building on for the beta platform, you will be seeing them in action. We have so much footage, local videographers here. We're doing like a little mini docu-series of me going to retrieve the robots and unboxing and showing the functionalities. And we have other partners that we haven't announced as far as from a weapons standpoint, right? Because we are adding that aspect to if you wanted to control a quadruped, you can, put in some venture tokens like an arcade and control it for like 10 or 20 minutes with a crazy flamethrower on top of it and some other weapons and stuff like that. So I'm super excited, but you'll see that in February as well. To answer your question, you'll see all of that in February. I'm really excited about that.
Shall we go for one last questions?
How much
One last
time do we
question.
have? Oh, 3 minutes. Okay, yeah,
you
let's
got this.
yeah, come on,
What
let's
are
do it.
what are the benefits of having an NFT, and what separates this tech from anyone else in this space? Is any of this tech patented?
Three questions. Everyone got the three Peters. I love that. Okay, so the NFT concept came about, and I'll make this brief. When we were a Web 2 company, right? And we were building out these tools, and people were using them, and only people that were using them when we were Web 2 were small businesses. We had like 4 or 5 businesses that onboarded their employees, and they would be using these tools and inputting their own data and all this other stuff, right? But they didn't own the tool, right? You couldn't own it. So if you go to Chat GPT or Claude 3 or whatever, DeepSeek, whatever, and you use that platform and it gives you input output, you don't own that data. You don't own that tool, right? You can create agents or whatever on top of their platforms, but you don't own it. So if you don't pay your subscription, or if that platform goes down or so on and so forth, it's gone. So we wanted true ownership of utility-based AI tools and agents, not this chatbot token agent stuff that you see. Those aren't agents. That's vaporware. We call it vaporware. But we want you to have true ownership, meaning that if you go to our AI tool builder and you build a tool, a hell of a tool, and people love it, you can rent that you mint it as an NFT. You rent that out to people and they can use that tool and you earn passive income. That was the whole concept around it, right? That's the benefit of the NFT. And so, or you could sell it. Someone loves that tool and you love one of their tools, or you could trade it, right? Um, or you don't want to build anything and you just want to buy stuff. You want to buy tools that people have created, right? And use it yourself. You can do that as well. So that's the benefit of the NFT from the tool perspective and the agent perspective. And what was that last question?
Last question was,
Last
is
part of
any
that
of this
question?
tech patented?
Oh, patented. No, we haven't patented anything. Listen, um, if we get to a stage to where we need to patent things and stuff like that, we need to see the alpha in that, right? Our code, we're not an open source project. Our code is not open source. You cannot get on GitHub and see our source code. Um, Patenting things, meaning that stopping people from replicating what we're doing. I mean, it's already in the white paper. You could just download the white paper and do whatever. Um, they won't you won't be able to do it as well as us, just because of the backing and funding that we have in order to develop these tools. Um, so if it's something truly, truly crazy and we need to patent it, yeah, we can mess around with that. But at this stage of the game, no, no, not really.
I
I'm
like
glad
to
that
I like
loosely think.
I'm glad that they love it enough to think that we need to patent it though.
Yeah, I like to loosely think of the NFT minting process for your tools as a instant patent for yourself, because somebody could go redo it, but they'd have to figure out exactly how you did it, or you'd have to tell them because every tool
Right.
is going to be a little bit different.
Yeah, now if you guys want to start selling your prompts, in order for people to build the tools that you build, go right ahead. That's not a bad idea. You should go start selling prompts.
I liked how Jermaine said that. I mean, go ahead. You won't be able to do it as well as us.
No, you won't. Wait till you guys see the
Yeah.
agents. I guarantee you won't. Guarantee you.
Yep.
We'll put it up against any project.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for this. We still have multiple questions to go over potentially another time, and hope everyone is happy with the answers. Let us know. Like, keep on sending your questions. The team is gonna go over this pretty soon, and thank you so much. Anyone wants to add anything? Any closing statement before?
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, I want you to be super excited for February because we're excited about February. So many releases. The AI agents are coming. And you know what? I'm gonna spill the beans since this is our community. We have a contest coming this month for our song generator tool. So for all you musicians and people that say they can sing and create beats and all this other stuff, you're gonna be able to use our song generator and submit it and have the community vote on it. We have some really cool judges for the first initial top 10, and then we're gonna let the community vote on it. But first place, grand prize, is a trip here to Texas for our first IRL event at the VentureMind facility. Get a chance to play around with some robots, eat some good barbecue and food and drinks, and just hang out with us. We'll fly you out here and get it. But there will be other, this would be a big event, but there'll be others, and so you get a chance to come hang out with us, and earn a lot of venture tokens. So we're gonna be super excited about that. That'll be announced pretty soon. But since you guys are our community and you're here in the Discord, you're the first ones to know. So besides that, when the robots get here, we have that dropping, which I'm sure is going to get a lot of people either super excited or really scared on how we actually edit the video, right? But we are excited to get these agents and robots into the hands of you guys because you are the ones that are really going to be coming up with some crazy ideas of what you can do with them, how you're going to complete these jobs or even new jobs that we haven't thought of for our clients that we're onboarding, right? So yeah, also our merch store that'll be coming out in February as well, our merchandise store. So definitely, if you guys want to represent VentureMind, we're not doing the run of the mill typical, hoodies and shirts and stuff like that. We're doing some really cool stuff, some really cool giveaways. Hell, you might even get a robot. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, that's coming out as well. And also February, our affiliate marketing program, giving you another way to earn with venture by referrals and leveraging your community and paying out big commissions for those that bring more volume and users to the space. So look out for that. I know I didn't talk about it a lot during the questions, but super excited about all these things that are coming out. And so, yeah, that's it for me.
Anyone else? Anything?
I don't think there's anything left to say, to be honest. Jermaine stole all of the good stuff.
Yeah, that's
Get
some
excited. All the
some
good stuff is coming. We're just getting started.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Thank you so much, guys. Vib, anything you want to add, or are we good?
We're all good, man. They all covered everything.
Beautiful.
well,
Thank.
well, cue the music. Let's play out some music. I don't like to play out on a dead space, so cue the music and guys. I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you for all the super hard questions. Some of them made me made me laugh, really funny. But yeah, awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot for the music. It's gonna be a little hard because I disconnected the bot for now, but for next time,
Ooh.
yeah, yeah. But we can play we can play some of the robotic music, but
Yeah,
like
that's funny. Well, we have another meeting we have to jump into. So yeah, we love you
all
guys.
right.
Thanks for tuning in, and we're out of here.
All right.
Thank
See
you,
ya,
thank you, thank
guys.
you.